Today we're talking about shock absorber options for the MY15 WRX and onward year models, and I'm standing here holding the rear coilover shock absorber. You got to remember, it's not a McPherson strut on the older models, it's a non-guiding function strut, meaning it doesn't have an implication on the way the rear suspension is located. So you can actually remove it like this and everything still stays in place. And in the case of this particular shock absorber, we're talking about the Australian-made MCA shock absorber. So we'll go around the front and I'll show you the front McPherson strut, which is still fitted into the car. McPherson strut meaning it has a guiding function. You pull that out and the suspension will flop around all over the place. It's got the built-in shock absorber and the spring with the leg that mounts, and I'll get the camera around the bottom here where you can see down in there, mounts up to the lower hub, which is part of the suspension to keep it all located in the right place. And what we'll do is we'll go over to here and you can see the difference between the aftermarket shock absorber and the original factory fitted shock absorber on the rear. The optional MCA front McPherson strut shock absorber and coil spring, and the original factory one. So you might say, well, what makes the difference between shock absorbers, aftermarket and factory? A lot of people these days want to lower their cars to make them look better. Typically the question we ask a lot of people, do you want to make the car look better or do you want to make it handle better? And the answer normally is you want to make it handle better. Best value for money is aftermarket sway bars and suspension stabilising parts to reduce body roll. But if you want to make it look better, you typically would put a set of lowered springs in it. Well, technology has come another step further these days with better quality aftermarket options. And we're talking about the MCAs now. From our point of view, MCA stands for Murray Coote Automotive. These particular range of shock absorbers, which are the red ones, they come in what they call MCA Red and MCA Blue, are designed and supported here in Australia by Josh Coote. Now, Josh Coote is the son of Murray Coote, and Murray has been around for a long, long time. Very well known in Australian Rally Championship, originally competed in a factory-supported Mazda turbo four-wheel drive many, many years ago, and then progressed his knowledge and technology into the aftermarket industry. I've had his motorsport shock absorbers in all of my rally cars for a long time. Now, with his son moving into working on him with the business, Josh's enthusiasm for drifting and road cars has come up with a range of these shocks. So what we're going to talk about today is the difference between the MCA Red and the MCA Blue. The MCA Red are a more premium quality shock absorber, still incredibly well priced with a lot more features, whereas the MCA Blue is a little bit more entry level, a lot more cost competitive against some of the cheaper ones on the market. But the thing that you really need to understand with these shock absorbers is they just got amazing ride quality. Unfortunately, these days there's some really cheap products on the market. You fit them and they may make the car look good by lowering the ride height, but the ride quality and handling is just absolutely shocking, excuse the pun. So, what's the difference between MCA Red and MCA Blue? MCA Blue, remember, is the entry-level shock absorber. They come with really good warranty, but the MCA Red has additional features like the locking washers for camber, whereas the MCA Blue just have a slot. There's some other features with the adjustable tops on the Blue compared to the Red. But one particular big thing with the Red is they are a individually hand-assembled shock absorbers, so you can rely on the quality in knowing that when you fit these shock absorbers into your car, they've been individually assembled here in Australia by Josh and his team on the Queensland coast to give you the quality that you would expect for something that you would want to fit onto your car. When you fit them, you'll notice simple things like, and I'll just show you here, the free length of the shock absorber is a lot shorter than the free length of the original factory shock. Now, unless you're going to do a lot of off-road driving, that's not really a need or consideration, because when the car compresses the shock absorber, both of these will end up in a similar position. But the MCA shock absorbers allow a lot more bump travel, meaning that when you lower the car, you've still got a lot of travel before the shock absorber bottoms out if you go over a big hump, or if you've got a load in the car, you might have a couple of extra people in the back of your car, compared to some of these other shocks that don't have the required bump travel to give you the good ride quality and at the same time the lowered look. The other thing that they have as well, and I'll just show you here because these ones haven't had them refitted yet, but adjustable shock rate from the top. If you can get in close, you can see this
You rotate that one way, and then it goes back the other way. Now that changes the shock rate inside the shock absorber itself, and of course on the front it's on the bottom, because the body of the shock absorber is in the top here, and it has to come up through the bottom shaft, because these are what they call an inverted shock absorber, where the main shock absorber mechanical components are in here, which is attached to the chassis of the car, and the shock shaft itself is within the part that bolts onto the lower hub of the suspension. The advantage of that is this being the part that's connected to the body reduces the unsprung weight, because the lighter that you can make the bottom part, which moves with the wheel over the bumps, the quicker it can react to changes in direction for suspension handling and performance. And that is why a lot of people talk about reducing the weight of the components associated with, like, alloy wheels, lower control arms, and a lot of new cars are made out of aluminium and no longer steel, and things like that. So there you have it. Of course, coming with the kit is a huge range of information. We're talking about this particular kit is for, I'm just showing the instructions of Toyota 86. It tells you how the damper adjuster works, the spring rates, and it also goes into a lot of information about how you would fit it and what's the difference between the blue and the red, how they can be maintained, they can be dismantled, how to adjust and physically fit it into the front of your car, and then how to use the camber washers, and also then how to adjust the shock rate itself, and the variations between the blue and the red optional parts. So there you have it. If you're looking for an upgrade for your car, this product is becoming more and more available to a greater range of models. From our point of view, we've had a lot of R&D with our WRX, and I must say the ride quality and support from these guys here in Australia is absolutely fantastic, and we're pleased to be involved with them. So you can go to the internet, do a search on MCA Red or MCA Blue, you'll find a growing list of information about that, or you can contact us here. We carry a lot of these in stock now, and if you want some more information about your Subaru, Mazda or Mitsubishi on how to make it handle better, look better, or go better, or stop better, give us a call, send us an email, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. But for today, we're going to get these new test shock absorbers back in my WRX so I can drive it for the weekend. Thanks for watching wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.